Welcome to Astro Mechanics. It's such a pleasure to be online today. I'm here in the Human Garage audience. My name is Sensei Christopher Witecki, and we're going to be talking about the astromechanics of our day. Such a pleasure. If you are watching, please be kind and do put in your sun sign, your rising sign, and your moon sign. And I'll be pulling up three or maybe more lucky people here to talk about their astrology, especially. And I wouldn't mind also seeing stuff that's happening in your life. Tell us how things are going on. We are in Pisces right now. So go ahead and get in line. I will be bringing up about three people for astrodynamics. Hello, everyone. Welcome. We're deep in the Pisces season. Oh my goddess, are you feeling the energy today? It is pretty deep and what's the word? Seductive. Like we're at step 24 Pisces, which is really a beautiful combination of Venus and Pisces energy combined. So this is one of the more delicate, fragile, beautiful, sensitive, soft, sort of goddess-like energy in Pisces. That priestess energy, you could say today's a priestess energy, tomorrow's like a priest energy. And energetically, what we are doing is we are opening up and accepting that we have a destiny and a legacy that we are aiming for, and we are on the path to committing to that legacy. So if you're just joining, hello, tell us your sun sign and your degree, your rising sign and your degree, and your moon sign and your degree, and let us know where you are coming in from here on Instagram. This is Astrodynamics with Christopher Witecki, Sensei Christopher Witecki. So just to get a little bit of housekeeping in order here. I'll do it in a minute, in a second. Let's first dive into the astrology, shall we? We're in chapter 3 of the Sun in Pisces right now, and chapter 3 is designated by when the degrees of the Sun go past 20, so from 20 to 29, we're in chapter 3 of any particular sign. And the third chapter is the master chapter, and the reason why it's the master chapter is because everything starts with a 2 and a number, so 2 and a number. So 2 today, 2, 4. So 2 is I feel, and then the 4 is where I belong. So in all of the master degrees, you feel something. And emotion and feeling is the richest state of awareness. It is where we have the most spiritual intelligence is in our feelings. It's where we have the most data is in our feelings. So we are feeling where we belong. We are feeling our karma. And you might have had the feels come up. We had a new moon that hit us this week on Sunday. Pretty jarring for me. It was very disruptive. I felt just uncomfortable. I had a lot of anger come up and a lot of karmic feelings come up. And so part of the reason why this is the master week of Pisces is because this is the week when really all the deep feelings come up. The deep feelings of being betrayed, the deep feelings of being abandoned, the deep feelings of being lonely, the deep feelings of not being understood, all these sort of classic sort of trends that happen in karma, right? These karmic trends. And so they're all coming up this week for us to navigate and understand really what our unrealized opportunity is for the future. So we're choosing a spiritual path this week. That spiritual path is somewhat generic in the sense that it can play out anywhere. So the path may be, I want to really be recognized for my talents. Okay, let's say that's your path. I've never been recognized for my talents. I've never shared my talents with the world. The world doesn't realize how great I am. That could be a destiny that you decide that you want to commit to on Saturday. Saturday's when we're going to commit to this destiny. But that destiny of being recognized will play out in my relationships, at work, in my family. I'll be recognized, in my community, in my local church. So a spiritual theme underlines all parts of our life. It plays into all aspects of our life. And we are basically freeing ourselves from what we have been through and the karma that we've had with others, the karma that we've had with ourselves. And so now that we've become free of this karma with ourselves, the question is, okay, well, where does that put my trajectory? If I'm no longer hating on myself, now I'm free to share my talents. If I'm no longer feeling worthless, then I'm free to share my talents. So there's a real freeing happening right now in this particular Pisces season. People are being liberated from their own karmic baggage. Now, another thing that's happening this week, just to put it out there, is any karma you have with the world. So if you were teased as a kid by all the kids, if you were shamed in your church, if your family saw you as the black sheep and the weird one, if your community, you were the only one that was gender fluid and no one else was, being that odd one in the group. We're facing that karma right now as well. And when I say facing that karma, what I mean very specifically is those feelings are coming up. Echoes of those situations are coming up. And you have the choice to whether or not you want to fall for it and feel bad about it, or you want to go ahead and respond differently to it. And if anyone is at all curious about how you end a karmic pattern, you respond differently to the pattern. So normally I would get depressed. I'm not going to let that happen this time. Normally I would sulk. I'm not going to let that happen. Normally I would eat a whole box of chocolates. Not going to happen this time. So if you just respond differently, you end the karmic pattern. And it's been a very sleepy time, let me tell you. I myself am loving my sleep right now. When that alarm goes off in the morning, I'm just like, shut up. Like I don't want to wake up. I want to keep sleeping. I've been definitely 1 foot in the subconscious, 1 foot in the conscious. The signs and the symbols are crazy. The synchronicities right now are crazy. But in essence, it's all to kind of learn these patterns and see these patterns that our life inevitably sort of falls into. Now, so just to give you sort of an outlook of what's going to happen, today you are accepting that you have a new way, a new direction. Tomorrow is when you have a full spiritual lesson and understanding. So we'll be looking out tomorrow for a real clarity about what the meaning of your karma has been. So tomorrow is a big epiphany day where we sort of learn and we have this understanding of what it was all about anyways. So if you're really confused and you don't know what God's trying to show you right now, you're in good company. All of us are trying to put all the clues together, but we're going to come into a clarity with what we know or what this lesson is about probably tomorrow. And then Saturday, you will commit to where you want to go. So you're going to be very clear on where is this ship headed on Saturday. What is my destiny? To be recognized, to be seen, to share the world, my gifts with the world, to find the love of my life. That's my destiny. And just so you know, destiny is not determined by God. Destiny is determined by you before you incarnate. It's your bucket list of things you want to do when you come down. And then Sunday is technically when the new spiritual timeline takes off. So Sunday, we have the Sun conjunct Neptune at 27 degrees Pisces. Something magical may happen Sunday. Something that blows your mind may happen on Sunday. I would definitely listen to your gut on Sunday if you feel the call to, the desire to call your grandma, or just this, you thinking of an old friend, whatever. Listen to those instincts on Sunday, because something fated is going to happen between Saturday and Monday is my prediction. Something fated. And fated, by the way, fated gets a lot more press than it deserves. Fated maybe, and then I realized there was a competitor. Fated sounds like, and then I saw a billboard and saw the business. And fated maybe, and then I got a phone call that changed my life. It's funny how the smallest moments in life sometimes can change our fate. So the question for the week is, what does my future look like? This is a time to really start to envision what you see your future to look like. And I'll just say this before I bring up my first person. Right now, the universe is more fertile for manifestation than it ever has been in my entire life. When I say fertile, I mean, if your soul's in alignment and your heart desires, you're going to law of attract almost instantly. The synchronicities are going to become absolutely insane. And we're going to be speeding up our manifestation between now and July, August. I mean, it really like catapults in May and then just flies for July and August. July and August. And then September, it sort of starts to get pulled down or start to have its first obstacles. So, it doesn't even matter if you can't finish. Start the book, start the painting, start the film, start the idea, start the business, get it started in this fertile conscious energy, because you will find that although there's going to be some setbacks from September to November, you'll be ahead of the masses and ahead of the rest by next year when things start to kick in. So that's all I really want to say globally as far as what's happening. We ultimately are launching our spiritual destiny. Those are your personal wishes and dreams. You may already know what those dreams are. And you may be affirming it like, yep, this is it. This is what it's going to be. This weekend might be like, yep, that's what it's going to be. It's going to be this is my destiny. Or you may get a phone call on Saturday that just blows your mind. It depends on the person, how they manifest. Sometimes people manifest all at once. They just become all aware at once. Some people are aware and then they affirm, 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 affirm until they know that it's true. But start thinking about the details of what your future looks like, and really, so when people want to manifest, let's say a new job, don't think about the job interview or thinking about getting the acceptance letter or any of the conscious around getting it. You visualize what happens once you have it. So that's one of the secrets to manifestations. You think about what you will do once you have it. It's not that I'm going to manifest this big pile of cash coming to me. It's that I see myself spending the money here, spending the money here, spending the money there. It's not that I'm going to manifest this offer for a job, handshake. It's I see myself in the field. I see myself with clients. I see myself at the desk. And again, this is a very, very fertile, potent time, especially with the addition of prayer. Prayer never hurts for you to manifest what you want. So I'm going to do some extra one-on-one time. I feel like we never get enough people up here. It's always a pleasure to be of soul service. If you'd like to come up, then request to join. I'm looking for your sun, your rising, your moon sign, and I'd like to know what karma are you struggling with right now. I prefer to help people who have an issue or a question about their life or their chart, particularly their life's purpose, karmic stuff that has happened in their life, helping them to understand their astrology. I think when some people ask questions, everyone ends up benefiting from it. Hi, Sarah Smiles. Who doesn't like Sarah Smiles? Yeah, hi, Sydney. I'm feeling great, thanks. It's snowing here in Colorado. We have about 9 inches, but I'm doing great. So let's pull somebody up here. Let's pull up Catlin May 3. And it's the May. We'll see if Caitlin may come up and she may not come up. We'll see. My hair is a little Leo rising today. All right, not getting Caitlin May up here. Try, but not coming. Sometimes the software does not allow it to happen. That's all part of the fun. Okay, we'll try Leslie Elizabeth Scott. Well, I tried Caitlin May, it didn't happen. So I guess she got denied. So Leslie Elizabeth Scott. We'll try this. Hi, how's it going?
Hi, I'm good.
Nice
I'm
to
in the
meet
woods.
you.
Yeah, I spoke to you a couple weeks ago. I was a twin with another Aquarian.
Okay, Roger, I remember now. Yeah, you came on. That's right. Hello.
Yeah. So you asked me, you said, "What's your question?" I was like, didn't know. So I was, sorry, you go on first.
No, you go right on. I'm noticing you're out in
Okay,
nature. How nice. You're just out in nature listening to a podcast.
with the doggo.
Oh, nice.
Um,
Hi, puppy.
okay. So my question was like, I've been listening. I've been doing, like I said, I've been doing the past lives.
Mm.
That I've kind of put on hold a bit because I want to restart it when I know more. Um, but I have a question. I've been following you for more than a month now,
Oh,
and I'm really trying to follow my heart
okay.
because my mind gets super involved.
Yeah.
And so I followed my heart this week, and it didn't really work out the way I wanted.
Okay.
So
Oh,
I'm
oh no. Oh, we lost her right on the most sensitive spot there. Did you hang up? Come back, Leslie. Sometimes, you know what? When Aquariuses get emotional, I swear to God, it messes up sometimes the text. It might be me, actually. Is it me? I'm not sure. Nope, I'm there. Okay, that was her that lost. We lost her. Okay, I'm sorry, Leslie. Come back, and we will continue. Meanwhile, I'm going to bring somebody else up to see. Yeah, poor thing. The living seed. All right. Hi, how's it going, living
Hey,
seed? What's your name?
I'm Katrina.
Katrina? Katrina.
Katrina.
Okay. Hi. Nice
I'm
to make
just
your
going
acquaintance.
in
What's your sun sign?
my sun sign. I'm 11 degrees Cancer.
Oh, nice. 11 Cancer. And do you know your rising and your sun?
My
I
Oh,
mean, in your
so yeah, my
moon?
moon,
Sorry.
my moon is Leo rising, or sorry, Leo moon 24,
Okay.
and my rise is Aries, and it's 5 degrees.
Aries, Aries. Okay, so what's going on with
Yeah.
you? What's your question?
Oh, so I've been like the other girl. She's like a month. I've been doing this for 10 months, maybe. I've been following with your series. I love it. I'm part of the Human Garage team as well,
Oh, great.
and
So nice. Thank
so
you.
so for my 50th birthday, that's what I did was I bought myself Serious Joy.
Oh, well, that's great. That's your Chiron return, your 50th birthday.
Ah, so my question is about my Chiron actually. When I was in Cancun, I live just south of, I live in Playa del Carmen.
Oh,
And yeah, so my question was when we gathered as a group of coaches, we got together. I think Gary talked about it with some Chirons. So we've been talking about, we've created a little group on WhatsApp and we sort of share. We're trying to meet up. We had a meeting this week that I missed, but I'm curious. So my husband, he has a Chiron. Not his Chiron is also Aries, and my Chiron is Aries, but his sun sign is Aries. And I'm wondering if there's any correlation, any tension, any how do those work together? I guess is the
okay.
point.
So, Chiron is our wound, and Chiron in Aries, the wound was a mistake, poor behavior, acting out, doing the wrong thing, violence, crossing boundaries by force. So those are all Aries sort of mistakes. So everyone with Chiron and Aries, which is basically people born from 69 to like 70, I think, 69 to like 77, 78,
Yeah.
they all have this past life wound of having done the wrong thing. So you're a Cancer. So in this life, you're sort of feeling through the fact that you've done the wrong thing.
Mm.
Your husband is going to do it again. Like he's an Aries. So he's actually here to probably try it again. How close to his sun and Chiron is how close to how close to his sun is Chiron?
Uh, so he has. Oh wait, that might be me. I have it right here. Yep, that's him here. So his Chiron is 23 Aries, and his sun is 23 Aries.
So he's literally come here to do it again. He's
Okay.
literally repeating the mistake. Where's your Chiron? What number is your Chiron?
Mine is 20.
Wow. So your husband's Chiron triggers your Chiron for sure because they're in what we call conjunction within 5 to 7 degrees of each other. Yours is
Okay.
20, so yours is an emotional Chiron, which is interesting because you became a Cancer. Cancer rules the number 20. So
Hmm.
that's a Cancerian Chiron. So your Chiron was that you in a past life misreacted, overreacted, underreacted, went hysterical with your feelings in the public. So you had
Okay.
some sort of public display of emotion. You
Mm.
went Karen maybe or something.
Did I go or will I?
Well, no, I mean I think you will at least once. I mean, for a Chiron wound, you end up repeating it at least once in a minor recoverable way. So you
Okay.
certainly have had a historical moment. Sometimes it's not so much a display, but rather you melt it down and no one knew about it. So it doesn't have to be public, but it's the public that triggered it, like an anxiety or being in front of people or something like that. Your husband uh, was struck down for his beliefs or his perspective, what he said, his opinion. So he was struck down for what he knew, but not just what he knew, but acting on that knowledge. So that could be that he acted on the wrong intelligence. I'm actually picking up a strong military with your husband.
Yeah.
It feels like a military past. It feels like a military battle where he acted on the wrong intelligence. Is what it feels like.
Okay.
He he
Okay.
he knew his mind doubted and he went anyways. Is
Yeah.
what I'm picking up. So he wasn't listening to his feelings. Maybe that's why he's married to a Cancer.
And now he's in protection, sort of like.
Well,
What
now he's probably
does that mean?
muted. He probably has muted himself, or he probably is reluctant. I mean, every time he's very reluctant to say "I know."
He's
You know,
very reluctant to say I
yeah,
know. Or is he very reluctant to say it's okay?
that he doesn't know.
he doesn't know. Yeah.
Yeah, that could be it too.
Mhm.
It could be an anxiety of not knowing and wishing he knew. There's an insecurity around knowing. And so there's a concern that he'll be wrong, or questioning if he's right, which is the same thing.
Mm.
Like being not certain enough to act on it. So being somewhat paralyzed, maybe
Mm.
analysis paralysis,
Mhm.
over analyzing it over and over and over again when the facts don't change. Those would all be
Okay.
symptoms of a 22-degree Chiron in Aries.
Okay.
And he hasn't
Okay.
turned 50 yet. So,
No, not yet.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And your Chiron return is literally happening here in the moment. You haven't had your Chiron return. So
I
sometimes it happens.
did turn 50.
Okay, yeah,
I
yeah.
did turn 50.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
But your Chiron
So it's
return is at
currently.
20. And
Oh,
right now, Chiron is at, actually, you're having your Chiron return like next week, if I'm not mistaken.
ah.
Coming up. Yeah,
So
are
I'm
you
gonna let it.
feeling?
I feel like there's so many things that are in the process of manifestation right now but maybe there's going to be something but I find with the serious joy, I'm able to sort of see ahead, predict it, and then it sort of diffuses. It doesn't seem to get elevated anymore. So those emotions that I would have maybe before didn't recognize, they would just happen. Now I can feel them percolating, I guess, and then it's a smoother move. It's sort of, I can stay more neutral.
Totally. Yeah,
Yeah.
and actually that's the beauty of the service is
Mm-hmm.
that as soon as you really the only reason why things happen to you is so that you know and understand and process them.
Yeah.
So if you are ahead of that processing, if you know it's coming and you already are wired to know where the landmine is, then you tend to process it before you hit the landmine. And so
Yeah.
once you hit it, it's like a nothing burger. So you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
And you process it ahead of time. Plus, also the surprise is also
Mm-hmm.
sometimes a shock. It's less surprising.
Mm.
But we also
Yeah.
give
So
tools on how to respond.
yeah. Oh, that's what I find. It's such a positive way to see what's coming, and it's the way you approach it. It's not doom and gloom. It's positive. So we left Canada 3 years ago when everything went all crazy, and we just chose to quit our jobs. We haven't worked in 3 years, and we just took the kids and brought them down here, and we've been exploring and enjoying this time. But now I feel I'm ready to make a move back into the world of service. I was a teacher for 25 years and not
Okay.
going back into serving in that capacity, but supporting through Human Garage and different modalities, learning more about astrology and supporting people that way. So that's where I feel the next phase is I'm ready to go, and not everybody's ready to come with me. Yeah.
Well, give it a moment. Who's not everybody?
Yeah.
Your husband or
Well,
the people at large?
he came this whole way, right? And he quit his job, and he's yeah, so we're just sort of at that point where it's like, should we have gone? He's more, should we have gone? Should we not have gone? And I'm like, no, this is the best decision. There's no wrong. There is no wrong.
Oh no, there is no wrong. It's all meant to be. He probably need to get away. There's something called astrocartography, which looks at
Yeah.
what part of yourself highlights when you move to different parts of the world.
Mm-hmm.
And you might have moved just because you had to highlight and get out of the energy of where you were.
Yeah.
And even if you end up going back to where you were, getting out for a while gives you perspective.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that the leaders know that now's the time. I
Mm-hmm.
think the people who follow, like your husband is reluctant. His whole thing is he doubts knowing. You just proved my point. He's like, did we do the right thing moving? That's his Chiron move. His Chiron in
Mm-hmm.
23 degrees Aries. Second guessing the right move.
Yeah. Second
Literally.
guessing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Second guessing. So, and the answer is if you 23 is if you feel and believe it was right, then it was.
Yes.
It feels right. And a lot of times you don't end up understanding or knowing till after the fact or in hindsight.
Right. Yeah.
So now is the time to jump aboard. It sounds like you're here to lead. Um,
Yes.
your sun is 11, so you're a healer. You're 5-degree Aries. So, but this is the spiritual time for you if you're 5 degrees Aries. Saturn and Neptune are in your 12th house. So this is a moment where you're finding your spiritual voice.
Yeah. I
Hmm.
feel that, and I feel like all the pieces are just converging now, and it's just time to present, right? It doesn't matter how it comes out. I'm just ready to share. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and the universe will take care of a lot of that. Like the people who need to hear it will be there. The people who don't need to hear it won't be there, and it just sort of so you don't have to really worry about right place, right time, right message.
Yeah.
If it feels right, being an 11, if your heart loves it and your heart wants to share the love, that's 11. I love it. I love it some more. If your heart loves it and your heart wants to share the love, then that's correct. You're in integrity
Yeah, that's
for
good.
you. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
good. And I guess your Chiron is in your first house, so you actually made quite an error too. Um, for you it was some sort of a public humiliation, just so you know.
My Chiron is in my first house. No, I think my Chiron is it's
You have a 5 degree
20.
rising, right?
Yeah.
5 degree.
Oh,
Your
yeah,
Chiron is
5 degree.
5 degree rising. So if you have a 20 degree Chiron in Aries, it would be in the first house, unless you have Placidus as your house system. Then it might
No,
have
I
moved to
put
second.
equal. I put equal.
Okay.
The Chiron is, I thought it was in my eighth house. Does that make sense?
You have Chiron in Aries,
Yeah, that's why I said Aries. My
and you
husband
have
is,
an Aries, and you have an Aries rising, right?
yes. No, Virgo rise. Sorry,
Oh,
Virgo rise.
okay. Gotcha.
My
Okay.
husband has the Aries and in the sun and the Chiron. Yeah,
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. He made a
I'm a
major.
Virgo.
Okay. You have Virgo rising. Okay. So yeah, it's yours is around trusting. Your healing is around trusting.
Okay.
He had some sort of a jackass moment in a past life. Yeah. So he's afraid of being one now. You know,
Okay. Maybe that's yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
kind of
Cool.
makes him extra careful and tiptoeing and walking on eggshells. And, do you mind after you? Like a lot of just sort of passive aggressive because there's a fear of being too aggressive or overstepping
Mm-hmm. Okay.
based on the wrong intelligence. So, yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, totally. So that means your sun is in the sixth house, most likely. If I'm not mistaken, 11
My
degrees.
sun is
In the
in
seventh,
11th.
rather.
Oh, my sun,
Yep. In Cancer. Oh, no, it's in the 12th or the 11th. Yeah.
11th.
Yeah, I'm still
It's
messing
in
up with the
11th.
Aries rising. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So, yeah. So you're feeling that call. So that you are here to be a leader in society. And so, I think we all being called, all the leaders are being called to take their places for what's about to
Okay.
happen. So listen to that instinct for sure.
So I took the last 3 years off and just chilled and relaxed, and now I'm ready to take action.
That's great. The world didn't
That's
need you in
good.
the last 3 years.
That's good. Yeah.
They're all figuring out their
Awesome.
stuff. So terrific.
Yeah.
Yeah, come back and let us know how it goes. Where are you in the United
Yeah.
States?
No, we're in Playa del Carmen, Mexico.
Oh, forgive me. You did say that. I'm sorry.
Yes.
We're in a time warp
Yeah.
here, folks. Great. Well, that's beautiful down there. Yeah. I was just at
Yes.
Cozumel this
Oh,
last New Year's, so
it's so nice. I could have
beautiful.
waved.
Yeah, you could have waved. I probably saw you when I went to go see what's it, at Tulum is what it was. I drove,
Tulum. Oh, yes.
yeah,
Yeah.
we poured over in your town and go down there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, terrific. Are you
Cool.
staying down in Mexico?
We're going to stay for a little bit, heading back up to Canada for the summer and creating some new exciting opportunities.
Yay.
Yeah.
Well, good
Yeah.
luck with everything.
Yeah. Thank
Yeah,
you.
his Mexicans say there's a lot of Canadians down there, so you're
Oh,
proof of
there's
it.
so many.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's perfect for you guys. All
That's
right,
good.
well, take care. Blessings to
All
you.
right.
Thanks for coming
Thanks so
on.
much, Chris.
Bye
Bye.
bye. Let's see. I'm gonna try to we'll bring Leslie back up one more time and see if she picks up. There she is. We lost you there just when you were getting a little teary.
Yeah, I
You're in
feel
it.
like maybe it's not something I'm going to deal with right now. So I got to put
Okay.
all those emotions away. But I have a question about the Chiron return because of this one, which is one that came up for me during the Chiron past lives. So I'm at 3 Aries in my Chiron,
Okay.
and Um, I'm wondering what kind of thing that means for me.
The wound is believing in yourself. So
Yeah,
you
that theme keeps coming up.
yeah. Um, well, you're probably trying to believe in yourself based on ideas and not on feelings.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Like I was trying to switch over to feelings, but
Yeah, you
it's
have
like
to.
it's too much almost.
Well, there's probably a lot of pent up pus under there. So you're probably going to have to do some crying and some rocking and some clearing. Don't worry, it won't last forever. It gets played out.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you
I'm
might be
feeling that it is clearing a little.
my fear with emotion is that it'll never stop and I'll be stuck feeling this way for the rest of my life. That was my fear.
I heard you
But
say that yesterday,
yeah,
so I think I relate to you very well.
okay.
I think we have a
You
similar personality in that.
you just gotta let it flow and just cry it out and love yourself and just assure yourself that you're awake and aware now and
Yeah,
that you won't do this again to yourself. You know, just promise you won't stuff down the feelings. I do think that the biggest issue with Aquarius is they have repressed their feelings. And it does turn into disease in the body if you don't let them out. So you have to
yeah,
for your health.
yes.
Just be a hot mess for a good week or so.
It's been a bit longer than that, but okay.
Well, it depends on how many centuries. You know, for so I went down for a full 10 months just to give everyone perspective. It took 10 months to clear out my deepest wound. I only dealt with let the pressure out to keep from exploding. So I stayed at just keep it from exploding for about 30 years. And then finally I exploded. So it'll
Okay.
take as long as it takes.
Yeah, so
But
my Chiron return was like basically when COVID happened. So I had my 50th at a
okay.
vortex in Sedona,
Oh, that's
and then came home and
beautiful.
the world shut down. Um,
Yeah.
so I feel like I've been doing that a while. Like my kids left for school. I really, like I feel like I have been doing the work, and so it's just I've had a couple setbacks lately that have been not great.
Well, in
But I'm going to keep at
fairness,
it. I'll keep crying every day.
it won't last forever. Part of it is that as the planets move around, they sort of shine the light on different parts of our soul, and so the truth is, it's not you're not like a huge basket case. It's just that it hadn't shined on that part of you yet. So
Okay.
it was shining over there during COVID. Now it's shining over here. This, from what I understand, this is the first lifetime we've had in like 20,000 years where we've cleared our karma. So we're talking about a lot of built up. You're
Yeah.
not crazy. There's nothing wrong with you. You're just healing. But as far as believing in yourself, once you clear that emotional baggage, and love yourself, then you ask yourself, do I feel I can believe in myself, or do I feel I'm? Here's the question: do I feel I'm full of shit? You know, like do I feel I'm? So then you can believe in yourself. If you feel you are full of shit, then don't believe in yourself.
Well,
But
listen,
it's a
I mean, like there's a lot of conditioning that I'm shedding right now. So there's um a lot of pieces of me that have to fall away.
yeah.
And it's good. It's like it's all good what's happening. I'm just like I get discouraged when I have setbacks.
Yeah, well, the pattern of the universe is two steps forward, one step back, two steps forward, one step back, two steps forward, one step back. That is the pattern. There is no straight go for it. It
Yeah.
is always, it is always. Even retrograde is the same thing. When you have a Saturn, Mercury retrograde direct, it works the same way. So that's just because you can't get it in one pass
Yeah.
because it's deeper. So setbacks are expected. In fact, if you start calculating for the setbacks, you won't be so disappointed.
Okay. I listen, I'm a super lucky person and I'm nothing but grateful every day for everything I have, and I just it's just a little discouraging. That's all.
Oh yeah. Well, it's hard to see, but it's very rewarding.
It really is.
And yeah, and if you knew the outcome for certainty, you wouldn't respect the process.
I know the outcome for certainty. I know that everything's going to be okay, and that like everything I'm doing is going to pay off in spades. So
It will. It's tough. I went through it, so my heart's with you. It'll be okay.
yeah,
Um,
it will be.
yeah,
Thank you for your time.
you're welcome. See if you can find a study buddy, maybe someone who's in misery with you.
Oh, listen, I don't need to commiserate misery, but
Well,
I'm in the LSA one program, and I have a great group that I met with earlier today, and so hopefully none of them are on here.
I personally think I think it's helpful. I say commiserate, but I'm not saying like from a hopeless perspective. But it's like I don't know about you, but I don't like to put my misery onto someone else, so I hold it in and I don't talk about it. But if you have two people who are have equal misery to share, then one, you see what you look like, so you sort of like keep things in check. And two, you tolerate because you're like, it's just you understand each other in the same spot.
I
It's
hear
like a
you.
support circle. That's all I'm saying.
Hmm.
Yeah. Aquariuses are
Yeah.
very proud though. They're gonna go cry in private. Okay, I get it.
No, I got him.
Oh, hello. So
So we're all good,
sweet.
but
And
I
where are
really
you in the
appreciate it.
country where it's
I'm
snowing?
in British Columbia,
Oh,
in the
nice.
mountains of British Columbia.
Yeah,
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah, really
Well, come
beautiful.
back and tell me how you're feeling,
I will.
Lizzie.
I look forward to a long relationship with Serious Joy and you, Chris. You're a gem. Thank you.
Yay, you are too sweet. Hang in there. We'll talk to you soon.
Yeah.
All
Bye.
right. Thank you. Be safe on that mountain. Let's bring someone else up. I'm gonna just randomly pull here. Ooh, fancy pickles. Who doesn't like fancy pickles? I'm gonna click on fancy pickles. I think you have to X out yourself. I'm not sure. I don't know how to do it myself. There we go. Trying to pull up fancy pickles. We'll see here. Instagram is not the most stable, I'll just say, but we are chatting, so okay. You're welcome. There's so much to learn with astrology, Emily. You're totally right. You just got to jump in, like learning a foreign language. Just if you immerse yourself, then it'll happen. So Fancy Pickles did not come in. So we're gonna try someone else. We're gonna find Danelle. I keep seeing Danelle. That keeps popping up. So I'm gonna try Danelle. Oh, she declined. Okay. So sometimes I think people hit request to join and don't even realize it. We will do Selwa 33. I like your energy. How come so many in Aries and Chiron? It's actually how come so many of the same generation are watching this show. Aries and Chiron is pretty much like 1960, late 68 to to 76, 77. It's about a 7 year transit, Chiron, about 7.5 years with retrogrades. Okay, I'm gonna try I am nature, and we'll see if I'm nature. We're just doing the lottery here to bring someone up to talk with us on screen. Here we go. Yay, I am nature. What's your name?
Ooh. My name is Lizzie.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that, and I'm not quite seeing it
Sorry, I
either.
was
There we
working.
go.
Hi,
That's okay. Hi, what's your name?
my name is Lizzie.
Hi, Lizzie. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well.
What is your sun sign?
My sun sign is Capricorn, and
You-
it's, I think, let's see, sun sign is Capricorn 15, or no, 21 degrees.
21 cap. Okay. And do you know your rising?
My rising is Capricorn 15 degrees.
Okay. One in the first house. And then what's your moon? Do you know?
It's Pisces at 8 degrees.
8 degrees Pisces. Okay. Very nice. So, how can I be of service today? What's going on in
Well,
your world?
I guess, I don't know. There's a lot going on in my world. I think I'm dissolving karma with my mother
Mm,
and my parents,
okay.
and I'm noticing how it shows up in the partners that I choose.
Ah.
And so
What?
I'm also, and my Chiron, I guess, is in Taurus in the fifth house. But there's a
Mm,
lot that I don't understand. I want to know more about what's maybe going on in the stars for me.
okay. Well, Um, so with a 15-degree rising, Saturn's not quite in your third house right now. So you're, first of all, I don't know with your parents and your karma with your parents, what did it foster? Did it foster like guilt trips or
More
um
of acceptance and knowing me. Like my
they didn't?
mother doesn't know me.
Oh,
She thinks she
okay.
does, but, and I've accepted it.
Yes. Okay, that's your Chiron wound.
Mm.
So your Chiron in the fifth house is actually that you abandon your own heart in a past life. So you chose to work, probably as a Capricorn, you probably chose to work, you probably chose ambition, you totally Rockefeller it. You didn't like
Yeah,
it,
sorta. It's interesting. I kind of feel like I lack ambition. Even though I found my purpose young in life, working with children, I'm a teacher, I'm an educator,
yep, I
and
was
I
gonna
work
ask if
with
you were.
children. But it started so young that it's kind of to a point where I'm like, it was fulfilling in my soul, but it hasn't really taken care of me financially.
Right. Well, I'm saying in the past life.
Oh,
So
gotcha. Okay.
I'm saying you probably end up. So Chiron in the fifth house means that you abandon your heart. So for you to have a 21-degree Capricorn, that's a master Capricorn, you climbed a corporate ladder in a past life,
Well, I'm
and
definitely
you
not doing it in this one.
well,
And I don't mind it.
right. And so I think actually the fact that you chose to teach students and kids is because you abandoned your inner child.
Yeah.
And so you incarnated with a family that abandoned you and wasn't there for you because it was a reflection of how you were when you were Ebenezer Scrooge. So
That makes
so
sense.
the wound is that you left yourself behind. And so it's a time to embrace, to love yourself and put yourself on a pedestal and let your inner child have what she wants. And it does lead to self-worth
Yeah,
issues, but the intention you're seeking from your parents, you're really seeking from yourself.
totally. I get that. I really
Hmm.
do. And, I've come to accept my mom for who she is. And I don't know. It's interesting. I do accept who I am. I've known myself really well. I do have self love. But I think what's really hard is I see other people's inner child. That's my gift. And I have a lot of compassion and understanding for them. But it can also lead back to me being taken advantage of or taken for granted. So I'm getting better with my boundaries.
Mm, yeah. Well, and again, it's up to you to make sure that your child gets her piece of cake
Yeah,
at the party. So, I think you're gonna attract people who also have inner child issues.
it's true.
So, so they and what happens is people opposites attract only in approach, not in core. So we attract according to our core. The core is hurt inner child, hurt inner child. But the approach is you're a caretaker, they're a taker. So
Mm,
it's always the opposite approach with the similar issue.
yeah, that brings up codependency too.
Hmm.
So I'm learning
Yeah,
all
totally.
about it.
Yeah,
And I think I'm doing pretty well.
it sounds like it. You seem very aware. Well, Jupiter in the fifth house for you now means that it's time to grow out of this issue. Do you know what degree your Chiron is by
Um,
chance?
hmm. I wonder if I pull it up, if it'll.
Take a look. It sounds like it's muted you, but that's okay.
Okay, yeah, if I go, I'm going to come right back because I have it written down.
Okay, sounds good. We'll just put on the hold music for a second here as she looks up her Chiron. So, what's happening with her is actually legit for a lot of people in the sense that a lot of people who feel abandoned, who don't feel like their parents are there for them, who are unhappy, actually have abandoned themselves. Go ahead, Leslie.
Um, it's at 1 degree.
Oh, wow. That's self-love.
I know.
That is the degree of the inner child, step one.
Yeah.
So yeah, so you abandoned your inner child in the past life, but the good news is Jupiter and Uranus have crossed over that. So now it's about embracing the inner child, and you're gonna have to raise her. So she probably is somewhere around a teenager.
Yeah, I could feel that.
So let
Okay.
her have teenage things right now. Like, so when you recoup, what's the word? When you recover a broken heart, you have to re-raise the child from where you abandoned the child. So if you abandoned her in high school or whatever that happened, usually in your childhood, there's a point when you were forced to become an adult. Um,
Yeah, well, I did. My mom, single mother, raised me. And yeah, I had to be very mature and responsible at a very young age.
yeah. So whatever that young age was the abandonment point.
Okay.
And so the point there is that you actually have to fulfill your childhood needs on that level.
Hmm.
So like if someone's abandoned at age 2, they like need sunshine and furry things and good bedtimes. Like it's literally a 2-year-old. So go back to the age and start to give yourself that kind of love, and then gradually work your way up to a manicure and pedicure. You know what I mean? Like that's like a 21-year-old's
Got
self-harm
it.
kind of tactic kind of thing. So
Got it.
yeah. And are you pursuing a personal dream? Are you still teaching?
No, I'm not. I'm actually in limbo. My personal dream, I feel like the world, I mean, I don't know. I'm having a hard time with it because my personal dream is to support parents in understanding how their children develop and learn,
Huh.
which there's a big lack of that. But also, it's hard because I don't really have a presence on Instagram. I'm more of a real life person. And people they don't realize they need it until there's a problem. And I'm into prevention. And I feel like we haven't gotten to the point in our evolution where we're more interested. We're getting there in prevention. We only help support the family and children when there's a problem.
Yeah, I think from nature of firefighting, you're gonna first have to put out fires before you can talk prevention.
Yeah. 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 Then I do. Yeah.
The fire is your argument for prevention.
Yes.
That's
True.
that's your way in. That's just God, the way God made it. Prevention is far more rewarding, because
Well,
there's so much drama in the fire. But yeah,
yeah. Yeah. It's hard because I just see people struggle and with children and understanding their children. And of course, that's me taking what wasn't done for me and giving it as my gift to the world
right,
of
right.
helping children, and I can see usually, I get hired a lot of times for children who have behavioral issues. And I go in and I go, well, this child's perfectly fine. It's the environment. And then we switch the environment and the child flourishes.
Wow, that's brilliant. And I would think too that so my little piece of advice in your business is, I think the parent has to go through the same as the child. Like most parents who can't connect to their child can't connect to their own inner child.
True. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. And I think it's fair to say, I mean, this happens in education too, in the schools. It's the teachers as well. We really don't, children are quite simple, right? And they know what they need and they tell us what they need. It's up to us to interpret it from a child's perspective rather than adultifying it an adult perspective. And I think we really forget who we were when we were children. I don't. That's why I can do what I do. And I don't know. I mean, that's what's very rewarding for me is when I can help change a perspective of a parent and go, raising a child isn't that difficult. It's actually quite fascinating if you change your perspective.
Right. And bring yourself to their level.
Yeah, which is kind of at a higher degree.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's it all. They have to find the child within them
Yeah.
to get that. I think
Okay.
it's really important work, though. I think it's brilliant work that you're doing. Keep
I'm
it up.
working on it. Thank you so much. I really appreciate what you're doing and I appreciate this time.
My pleasure. Don't work on it, play on it.
Exactly. I love that. I'll do that. Thank
You're
you.
welcome. Bye bye for
Bye bye.
now. All right, one more for the road. One more here. Let's see here. We'll try Danelle again. I did try Danelle, and I saw that you reached out and said, please pick me, pick me. So I did. But you have to say yes and come on. Let's see here. I think the software's not allowing us. Kay. Yeah. Oh, here she
How do you
is.
do this? Oh, I am live. Hi. Haha,
Hi.
lovely. How are
Lovely.
you?
I'm good. How are
Can
you?
you hear me? I can't see your face.
You can't
Am I
see my
meant to
face?
see your
Uh,
face? Can you
well,
hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Oh, wait. Hold on. I can't see you.
Oh,
Well, can you
I
see me?
can. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. It's a bit low. Wait and see, can I hear you up?
Yeah, turn it up a little bit. All
Yeah,
right.
I have you up all the way. Fair play, chip.
Beautiful. So,
I've,
what's your name?
go on. My name is Kay O'Donnell.
Okay.
I'm from Ireland,
Hi, from Ireland.
Dublin.
Hi, Dublin.
Hi.
Nice to see you.
Yeah.
What's your sun sign? Do you know?
Scorpio. Now, I wouldn't know much about art and light of this, but Scorpio.
Scorpio. Do you know what degree?
Yeah. I don't even know what I'm the 9th. I don't even know what you're on about a degree.
When's your birthday? Oh, we lost her. Dear Lord. The universe is being so tough on us with technology right now. It's such a buoy. Let's try. I'm gonna try her again. We're gonna try Lynn here. Sorry about that. We'll try you again, Kay. And thanks everyone for your patience. Pick me, pick me. All right. Hi, Kay. Or no, what's your name? Lynn?
Lynn,
Sorry, Lynn.
yeah, Lynn Alec.
I'm
Oh my gosh,
confusing
how
my
are you?
people. I'm
I'm
good. Nice to meet you.
and crazy. I'm in Ireland as well,
Oh
so
my
that's very
goodness.
odd.
We had an
I don't
Ireland.
know what's going on. Um,
That's an
thanks for picking.
Irish hijacking there. Irish
I don't know
hijacking. What's your
what's going on.
what's your sun sign,
Okay,
Lynn?
so I'm a 23 Aries, in the
Okay.
12th house.
Ah,
So it's a bit odd. Yeah. So my moon is 4 Sag, and my rising sign is Taurus, 12 Taurus.
12 Taurus. Okay.
And I've been doing the 40 days past life and karma. It's very good, but I have to say some of the when you're trying to read it through, it's quite hard just in terms of making it apply to, yourself. But at the same time,
There's
so
some gymnastics. Yeah.
I just had a question around the north and south node.
Okay.
Um, because I did, you use the cipher, etc., etc. So the one I had, if I'll just run ahead and do
Yeah.
it. Is North Node. The way to my ascension is Aquarius, associating / innovating, 21 degrees. 21 degrees, expansion and or teaching, and then it's in the 10th house. So that's
Okay.
in my decisions for myself.
Okay.
So
So let's start with when there's a choice, you have to pick one. So the
oh,
first choice was ascension or what? Innovation? It was
associating or innovating.
okay. So are you an innovator or are you someone who gets along with others?
Uh, Probably more getting more people focused, more people oriented. Even though I like innovating, but probably the people one would be the first one.
Okay, so choose association there.
Yeah,
And then in the second choices, the two choices were
expansion or teaching.
which would you rather do? Associate and teach or associate and expand?
Teach.
Okay, so the way these ciphers work is you choose the direction for each
Got
of
it.
them. So association and teach, and what was the rest of the sentence?
In my decisions for myself.
Okay, so when you are making decisions for yourself, you have to base it on being able to that you're on a path to teach and you're on a path to associate with others. So all your decisions for yourself have to consider the fact that you want to teach and get along.
Gotcha. Oh, okay. And that's a north node, and
Mhm.
then the south node is obviously the opposite, and it's Leo, and it's 21 Leo in the 4th house. The first decan, is it decan or decan? The
Decan,
first
yeah, you're doing
decan,
good. 21. And which decan is it?
the first one in my feelings about myself. So it's
Okay, all right, so you actually love yourself. You actually are overly loving to yourself, which is a rare thing. Okay,
I don't
so
know about maybe I don't
well,
hate
so
myself. Yeah, no, I
well, no, you
yeah.
get so it could so 21 a south node of 21 Leo on the first decan means it's like you're sitting there going, I don't know what to believe about this. I feel this way. I feel that. It's like you're like never out of therapy ever. You're just always in therapy, always processing how you feel. Maybe it's that I was adopted as a child. Maybe it was that my father didn't feed me green beans. Maybe it's like, okay, get out of there. So your north node is saying, quit quit philosophizing about all the theories about how you feel and why you feel that way. Get out of that, constant childhood therapy, and instead make some decisions for yourself that will help you find other people like yourself, associate, and that will either teach you what you need to learn, or teach others what you know. Like maybe it's time to stop philosophizing about who you are and how you feel and start teaching the world your beliefs or your theories about this. What do you do for a living?
So I'm working with a charity for teenagers at the moment. I made a massive change after COVID. I was in a bank working as kind of financial.
Wow, that is a
Yeah,
change.
I know. So I kind of had a come to Jesus moment. And after COVID, went to work as I'm an operations director. So I'm operations, I'm always the fixer, I guess. So I'm doing that, but with a charity now for teenagers. So we go out and we do resilience workshops with kind of second level schools. So it's like high school with kind of the 16-year-old age group. And it's preventative. Your last person there was so interesting. That lovely lady, actually, that girl. I can't remember her name with the hat. I just thought she had such. I loved everything about her. But so yeah, so that's what I'm doing. And I do that, and I'm also just after I did business many years ago in college. But really, what I'm doing now, I'm having kind of a second, like a rebirth, and looking at kind of the teaching, and I'm doing coaching, so business coaching, kind of around that positive intelligence piece, which is, I don't know if you know the guy, but it's, you've got all these saboteurs and you've got all these sages. So it's quite good it's kind of a very actionable form of coaching. So I'm doing that as well. So I suppose for me, Chris, and I am, I absolutely think the service you guys provide is amazing.
Thank
And I'm doing
you.
Human Garage as well. So I think it's a lovely mix and very interesting. But for me, the whole past life thing kind of freaked me out.
Oh,
I was expecting to, being in Aries with the kind of Taurus, I've always been very physical, and I'm convinced. I'm convinced I was definitely a horrible person in a past life, that probably killed people. But I
maybe.
suppose, I feel it. But so the one I had was, if Chiron is in, so my Chiron is in, it's 10 Aries. And I'm just wondering, so I guess what I'm always wondering is, what is the biggest thing to try and fix in your chart? You know what I mean?
It's
What's the
Chiron.
weakest link? Weakest link. It's the
Chiron's
Chiron. Okay.
yeah. And so, okay, so that makes sense when we add it to your south node. So Chiron at 10 degrees means that your wound is that you don't feel like you're complete. So the wound is like there's something missing, there's something incomplete, there's something I need to do. I'm not enough. I need to be more. I'm not worthy enough. I don't have enough. I don't have enough experience. I don't have enough is basically the wound of the 10. So that south node in the fourth house, and the first deck in the fourth house is, what's wrong with me? I don't know. It's constantly asking these questions. What could be the problem? Maybe it's my childhood. Maybe it's my mother. Maybe it was this. Maybe it was that. Your north node is saying, quit trying to learn who you are, and instead teach yourself who you want to be and where you want to associate with. So your chart is saying to stand up and teach yourself what you need to know to be who you want to be. But I also think the coaching, the archetype coaching, is also that north node at 21 as well in
Yeah.
Aquarius, helping with the world. So it's possible honestly, almost all good people in this life were bad people before.
Yeah,
So,
I figures.
so it's pretty much, from what I understand, even if you're a good person, you still have to play the bad guy in one life. There's no
I
straight A's across lifetimes.
And I've one kind of a mad question for you.
Go
Just
ahead.
so the way, did you ever have a date in your life that always kind of something always happens? So there's just so mine is the 1st of April, okay?
Okay.
Um,
That's
and
your
I'm very,
Chiron. That's the
the
sun
1st of April.
crossing your yeah, that's your sun crossing Chiron.
Oh, oh,
That's when the sun crosses your Chiron every year.
oh,
Yeah,
okay.
that's
That
it
makes
right there. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I've had that kind of big thing. So I unfortunately lost my brother last year to suicide on the 1st of April.
Oh
So
man.
yeah. So poor guy. I have 5 brothers. I'm the eldest of 5. Sorry, I'm the eldest of 6. Sorry, and only boys.
Wow.
I was actually born in New Hampshire. My parents are. I'm born in the States, but my parents are Irish, so we're back here for many years. But anyway, long story. Yeah. So it was on the 1st of April, and a number of kind of not great things have always happened on the 1st of April, and I just wondered, now you just hit it. So it's Chiron. Can't do much about that, really, I suppose.
Well, no, it's you're gonna heal a layer every time it hits. So, ironically, your brother did not value himself. So your brother represents probably it could be what happened to you in your past life. You might have killed yourself.
Yeah.
You might have had suicide. You may have witnessed. A lot of times that happens when we do something tragic like that, we then, first of all, we have the karma of having to be the ones left behind. So when
Right.
you commit, you have to be, someone has to die on your watch in the next life because you died on someone else's watch. So the karma is you will be in the place that you left your family behind in the future
Mm,
life, and you will see what it looked like from the outside looking in to where you were at that time.
okay. Okay.
So so actually his leaving, there are no accidents with death at all.
Yeah.
Even though we look at it and we look at it as horrible, we'll get to a time where we're so evolved we can just lay down and
Yeah.
die. So we're not there yet. We haven't learned our consciousness enough for that, but we'll be like Obi-Wan Kenobi in 100 years or so. Our robes will just disappear. We'll just go.
Yeah.
Like it won't be like this tragedy or violence or drugs or anything that is now. So it's unfortunate, so painful. But I'm sure your brother, this was the agreement when you came down and agreed. And really, it's not that you have four brothers. It's that you're the only brother that decided to be a girl.
Yeah. I always said that. I always kind of said there was a lot of, I have to be a bit of a tomboy. But the funny thing is, he was my brother Corm was a Libra, so he's the opposite. He's like
Oh,
the opposite sign to me. So when you
wow.
say that, it's almost like we did a deal, and I just went, high five. I'm up next, or
Yep.
you're on this time, or we're gonna your turn. You're doing it this time. So it's just, yeah, and I do believe that. I mean, he struggled for many, many years with being bipolar and stuff. So he really, unfortunately, it's a really hard thing to believe or say. But on one of your past life and karma days, I can't remember which day, but you said if people go, if they go suddenly or violently, or they just go, it pretty much is something that I think you had a very good rationale around it. I can't remember, but it was like they just said, let's reset. I want to reset. I have done enough. I got to reset. And I felt that with my brother. He was like, I am so done with having my head completely always upset, and always bipolar is a nasty,
Yeah.
it's just a nasty one, but
Yeah.
I just
It
thought it was
is.
really interesting. Yeah. But
Yeah. So,
you're very kind. Thank you very much.
oh,
Really
my
appreciate
pleasure.
it.
It's really my pleasure. Thank you for coming on. Yes. And
Happy St. Patrick's Day, I
thank
think
you.
I got to say to you and
Well,
everyone. So, yeah,
thank you for
thank you.
coming on and saying that. Thank you. Happy St. Patrick's Day. This St. Patrick's Day is actually incredibly powerful. And so I would imagine there's something for the Irish at large, the culture, that's special this year. There's something about your culture this year
There's a
that
lot
a
changing.
blessing.
I mean, yeah, there is. We're no longer full of leprechauns and pots of gold and, Guinness, although there's still that. But we have progressed. No, there's definitely, we're evolving as a nation. We're very culture. I can't say that word, but we're very open kind of arms still, with many, many different kind of countries represented here. So yeah, open arms are still open, I guess.
Yeah, I love that. I'll have to go visit sometime.
Love
Well,
to see you
thanks.
over here.
Yes, I will. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you so much. Take
All right,
care.
take care.
Bye.
And we're going to go ahead and thank you. Bye-bye. Take care. Happy St. Patrick's Day, everyone. And I'm going to go ahead and wrap up. I know that Human Garage has someone compelling on right after me. Thank you, everyone, for showing up. I'll be back on Monday with Gary, our Astro Mondays together, which, of course, is at 12 Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern, and I'll be back the same time next Thursday for Astromechanics. Have a fabulous weekend. If you're interested in Serious Joy, just go to the Human Garage app, hit partners, hit products, hit Serious Joy. We'll take good care of you. Until next week, I love you. Live, love, be.